In this video, we are going to talk about whether you are fluent in English or not, because I can offer you a little quiz to judge yourself that you are fluent or not. If you can answer these questions easily, these quiz easily, it means that you are fluent in English, and you will come to know that what happens to you and with your English when you are fluent in English. And you will come to know that at what point or at what things you are good and at what things you have to work on. Welcome to Gul Knowledge Hub. If you are a newcomer, welcome to my channel, and please like, share and subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon because it motivates me to make more videos. Before any further ado, let's get into the video. Because studying English for years and for any length of time doesn't make you fluent in English. Listening every single day doesn't work for your fluency. Or even studying English in any familiar or international institute doesn't make you fluent in English. This is reality. And it is another reality that if you have a diploma or a certificate in English, it doesn't make you fluent at all. But the question arises here that what is fluency and how can you judge that you are fluent in English? First of all, keep this thing in your mind that fluency doesn't occur overnight. That one day you are not fluent, and other day you just wake up and see that how fluent I am. No, it doesn't happen. It's a process. It's a slow journey, and over the time you get to know that I am fluent in English. And you don't even realize your improvement. You can only visualize your improvement. You can only know your improvement when you see back and just watch how far I have come. So I have discussed all the practical methods. I have discussed all the superficial methods, that talking slowly, writing a journal, maintaining a journal, or listening every day don't work for your fluency. Now here are some of the quiz which if you answer and if you know, then it means that you are definitely fluent in English. So let's get into the video and talk about those quiz. If you are passionate and if you like the video, kindly share and subscribe it, and let me know in the comment section that if you are fluent in English or not, at what point you get stuck. So the very first quiz, yes, the very first quiz is that if you know at least one dialect perfectly, it means that you are fluent in English. It means that there are so many English dialects in the world. But if you know perfectly the one dialect, only one dialect, you can express yourself in that dialect and you can understand each and everything about that dialect, it means that you are fluent in English. Number two is that if you can understand grammar, tenses, and you can use them naturally and automatically without having the translation method in your head, and you don't get stuck that tense is difficult for me or this tense is difficult for me. If you are worried about your tenses, if you are still trying to learn your tenses and you are stuck when you speak English and you just repeat the grammatical structure in your head and then formulate the sentence, it means that you are at your beginning or intermediate level. You have to work on your tenses because tenses are internalized when we speak. Tenses don't hinder our way to speak English fluently. Rather, they assist us, and we are not worried about the tenses. Because if you are worried about your tenses and you are just thinking what tense I should use for this thing, what tense I should use for expressing my thought, if you are just at this stage, you are at the beginning or intermediate state. But if you are not worried about the tenses, if you are not struggling about the tenses, it means that you are fluent in English. Number 3, if you don't get stuck while speaking, it means that you are fluent. But if you get stuck, you find the new way to express yourself. Sometimes I get stuck while speaking to others, but I find the new way, the novel way, the new methodology to express my ideas, to express my thoughts in another way. It means that you are fluent in English. Another way to measure your fluency in English is that you express and you speak automatically and naturally without translating from your native language to English language. No. If you are quite natural in your speaking and you are not thinking about translation, first of all from native language to English, then you are fluent in English. This is 100% sure that you are fluent in English. And if you can understand English jokes and humor, because this is the most tough, or this is the toughest situation, because in order to understand the humor or jokes of another language, we have to understand the culture, we have to understand the norms of that language, so that we can come across why this thing is funny, why this thing is humorous, and why we should laugh at. If you can easily understand this thing, it means that you are fluent in English. You are fluent in English when you can use a wide range of vocabulary and expressions, and you feel that you are not repeating yourself. For example, if you say something normal to me and I say how interesting it is, and if you say something interesting and again I am saying how interesting you are, it means that I lack vocabulary and I lack the expressions to express my feelings. If you are not struggling with your vocabulary, with your expressions, it means that you are fluent in English. Another question you have to answer is that when you can talk about a wide range of subjects without getting stuck, it means that you are fluent in English. Because, dear audience, you might have observed that some people can talk very fluently about their own job, about their own profession, about their own field. But when it comes to daily conversation, but when it comes to normal or casual conversation, they become stuck and they freeze and they just don't get the words or the ideas to express their thoughts. If you can express, if you can talk about any subject, about any topic, about casual conversation, about daily routine, it means you are definitely fluent in English. Another thing which makes you and which guarantees that you are fluent in English, when non-native and native speakers become surprised and shocked, and they rather appreciate you for your English, and they just say how and wow, you can express yourself so remarkably. Then when this situation occurs to you, when native and non-native speaker become appreciative and become surprised by your English, it means that you are fluent in English. And another thing which makes you fluent and which guarantees that you are fluent in English is that when you are not afraid of speaking to native speakers. Yes, if you are shy or if you are an introvert person, doesn't want to have conversation with anyone who is not familiar with you, it's another question. If you are not shy, if you are not introvert, but you are not afraid of speaking to any native speaker, it means that you are fluent in English. This is the guarantee that if you can answer these quiz quite comprehensively, and one more thing, you are fluent in English if you can talk coherently for any length of time. It doesn't matter for 30 minutes, for 20 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 1 hour, you can talk on and you can start on speaking. if you can speak for any length of time, it doesn't matter, and you are coherent still, and you are still comprehensive, and you are still confident, it means that you are fluent in English. Definitely you are fluent in English if you can talk for long hour, if you can talk for many minutes, it means that you are fluent in English. And if you avoid direct translation, it means that you are fluent in English. And now your assignment starts, because you have to answer me and you have to comment me in the comment section that whether you can answer all these questions or not, and at which stage you are just struggling with. If you can answer all these questions, and if you are not bound by these questions, and you are quite easily answer these questions, it means that congratulations to you that you are fluent in English. With this note, with this positive note, I wind up the video. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.